Cameroon is an African country sitting at the Gulf of Guinea armpit of Africa. It is situated at the crossroads of Western Central Africa and shares a boundary with Nigeria to the west, Central African Republic to the east, and the Republic of Chad to the northeast. Its northernmost part is bound by Lake Chad and the south by Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, and the Republic of Congo. Cameroon is home to many African people of the black tribes of the Guinea coast and people of Bantu, Fulani, and Arab origins. Due to its colonial past and some remarkable events in the life and history of Cameroon as a nation, it happens to be the lone bilingual country in Africa with French and English as its official languages. The country is often attributed with two dates of independence, none of which is officially commemorated as a national day. The purpose of this video is to present an overview of some of the most remarkable events that have shaped the life and history of Cameroon as a nation, some debates and controversies around these events, and how they are perceived by some ordinary Cameroonians. It is intended for all learners and those interested in researching and knowing more about Cameroon. Cameroon came under German colonial administration between 1884 and 1919. This 35-year stay still has strong recollections from solid German architectural works that have stood the test of time. Under the Treaty of Versailles, Germany will cede colonial sovereignty over Cameroon to Britain and France as a mandate territory of the League of Nations and later as a trust territory of the United Nations following the Second World War. The country was disproportionately shared, with Britain receiving 1/5 of Cameroon. This part of the country was administered as part of the eastern region of Nigeria until 1961. The lion 4/5 of the territory went to France and was administered as part of French overseas territories in Africa. On 1st January 1960, French Cameroon will obtain independence from France as La République du Cameroun, during what time British Cameroon was still administered as part of the eastern region of Nigeria. The first remarkable event that will shape the history of modern Cameroon will be the plebiscite of 11 February 1961. On this day, British Southern Cameroonians will vote to achieve independence for reunification with French Cameroon as a state of West Cameroon. Its independence was officially granted on 1st October 1961. This created the First Republic, officially called the Federal Republic of Cameroon. Alhaji Amadou Ahidjo was president and head of government, and John Gufoncha as the vice. It is these events that have given Cameroon two dates of independence. The second remarkable event will occur 11 years after, on 20th May 1972. On this day, a referendum was held to suppress the federal system, resulting to the Second Republic called the United Republic of Cameroon. The post of the vice president was abolished, and all state assemblies that existed under the federal system were merged into one legislative structure called the National Assembly. The two gold stars on the green strip of the country's flag, representing the two states under the federal system, were dropped for one star in the middle of the red strip. French and English will retain their status as official languages in the country. Thereafter, 20th May will be set aside for commemorative activities as the country's national day. The United Republic of Cameroon will however last for a period of 12 years. In the 1980s, two landmark events would further reshape Cameroon's political landscape. President Ahidjo resigned in November 1982 and handed over power to Paul Biya, the current president. After 2 years in office, Paul Biya, through a presidential decree, would create the Third Republic, changing the name of the country from the United Republic to the Republic of Cameroon. It is this series of events that have given Cameroon its configurations as obtains today. Its bilingual, bicultural nature is explained by British and French involvement in the country. This, however, will not have been enough to shape Cameroon as it is today without the 11 February 1961 plebiscite and the decision by British Cameroonians to obtain independence through reunification with French Cameroon. The transition from the Federal Republic to the United Republic in 1972 and later to the Republic of Cameroon in 1984, it has been politically argued, was a measure to further consolidate national unity. These events resulted in significant constitutional changes that have shaped the political structure and destiny of the Cameroons. They have, together with Cameroon's unique colonial past, orchestrated some debates and controversies in the country. It could be asked, who was Cameroon's true colonial master? The Germans or the French and the British? It is easy to conclude that Cameroon was a French and British colony. The country was separately administered by the French and British as colonial territories, but in real sense were non-colonized entities placed under the mandated and trust territories of the League of Nations and subsequently the United Nations. The second source of controversy is the presidential decree of 1984 that reverted to La République du Cameroun as the official name of the country. Critics view this as Cameroon under French colonial administration before reunification in 1961. Some argue it as a backstage measure by the French to exert their neo-colonial influence in the country and to dominate its politics and economics. Anglophone enthusiasts often regard this action as undermining English-speaking Cameroon, a systematic recolonization by the French that undermines the identity of the former state of West Cameroon in the National Union. Proponents, on the other hand, regard it as a way to consolidate and to strengthen the unity of a one Cameroon, as was the case under the German colonial administration. An even more controversial issue is on the day to commemorate the independence of the country. Francophone numerical strength and domination may require 1st January, but in reality there is no modern Cameroon without British Cameroon independence on 1st October 1961. None of these days, however, has been set aside for commemorative activities. After the 1972 referendum, May 20th has been set aside as the country's national day. These issues notwithstanding, Cameroon has maintained its bilingual and bicultural status since these years. It is one of the most politically stable countries in Africa and prides itself as a peaceful and friendly nation. One thing that makes it stand tall is its remarkable record in football. It caught the attention of the world in 1990 when it beat defending World Cup champions Argentina to move on to become the first African country to have reached the quarter-final stage of the FIFA World Cup. Cameroon holds the 2000 Olympic gold medal in football and has produced some of the finest names of world renown in football like Albert Roger Milla and Samuel Eto'o. It has won the Africa Cup of Nations trophy 4 times. In music and culture, the country has produced great talent in the music world such as Manu Dibango, Ebua Lotin, Bendeka, Anne Marinze, Saline Nyolo, West Majiko, Richard Bona, Godo Sitoni, and Didi Yango. This and many more have crowned Cameroon as a nation. It just celebrated its 50 years of independence and reunification and looks forward to being an emerging country in the nearest future.